Did you practice? Did you learn how to breathe again today?
It was pretty normal morning.
Not many people get these opportunities and to live this life, and I feel guided by God through this camp and through this process and making this decision to fight a very, very difficult challenge. God has removed, the fear that would normally be there. So I feel good, and I'm excited for fight week. This fight for me is way more exciting than Gervonta, and I think because it's more exciting for the fans and because of the fact that it's a harder challenge for me. People had a lot of excuses against Gervonta and, oh, it's a smaller guy and blah, 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 the weight difference. And now I flip-flop the roles. Everyone thinks I'm going to die and they don't know what I'm capable of. And so being the underdog and being able to go in there and showcase what I'm going to do to Anthony is more exciting for me and the thing more exciting for the fans.
Little Joshua, I'm coming, little Josh. So today you guys did come on an off day. So today he had a great breakfast, real healthy breakfast. And then for lunch, he had pizza. We just made a quick pivot, went from cutting to making sure he's getting a surplus of calories every day. We're only able to put a certain amount of weight on him. That's going to be, healthy weight. So we're putting around, 6 pounds of lean muscle on him. And I'm just making sure that he's really consuming a lot of extra calories, a lot of lean proteins, still getting those carbohydrates in there, still getting those fats in there. But we're really trying to focus on lean proteins to let him gain some muscle mass and have it so he's up there a little bit closer to what Anthony's going to be weighing.
You stood the test of time, or passionate, or hungry, and I'm still here ready to fly from the Hall House. So,
what a jolly lad he is, just a bubbly guy. Bubbly guy. Gotta love him, bro. Gotta love him, but he's gonna fucking die. Look at this, bro. I'm always training.
This is a giant Olympic gold medalist heavyweight. I mean, Anthony Joshua is
the thing that nightmares are made of.
And he's got that one punch nuclear power. One punch. And he's fast.
Joe Rogan just drops brutal reality on Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. He clearly warns him that AJ isn't just a name. He's a fast, powerful, Olympic-level heavyweight who hits like a truck. One slip, one mistake, and it lights out for Jake. This is the deadliest test of his career.
Because Joshua is still competitive in the heavyweight division, and he's only doing this for money. He's still set up for world title fights. After he knocked out Ngannou, you could still set him at Joseph Parker just lost. You could set him up with Joseph Parker. You could have, until a year ago, he could fight Deontay Wilder.
You're saying that the lineage and the trajectory that Anthony Joshua is on, if he happens to go a little bit too gentle and lose by decision to Jake Paul, it doesn't exactly look great for his future heavyweight chance.
It fucks up all of his marketing opportunities.
Wow. So that's what we were saying before.
The Ngannou fight is a godsend to him, right? The Ngannou fight is like, hey, boxing's back. Yeah. This guy knocked down Tyson Fury. This is how it was supposed to go. Anthony Joshua, you carried the torch for the boxing.
While predicting how Jake Paul will perform against Anthony Joshua by analyzing his most recent fight against Mike Tyson, Rogan said it's different. Just because Jake managed what he did with Tyson doesn't mean he'll pull it off against a heavyweight like AJ. People online love their wild theories, but Rogan shut that down. This fight isn't some scripted show or setup. Once the bell rings, it's real danger, real punches, real consequences.
Definitely looked like sparring, but it could be that he didn't want to hurt Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson's 58 years old, or it could be that Mike Tyson didn't want to hurt him because he likes him. I don't know. But it wasn't what I was tuning in for.
It was not for me. I was there. I went to it live.
I was tuning in for Mike Tyson coming full 1988 Mike Tyson, full chaos. That's what I was hoping for.
We walked out like that.
Yeah, it looked like it. Yeah, but that's what everybody signed up for. So they got us, whatever.
And do you think that
this is different? I don't think this is that. I don't think this is that at all.
As the fight approaches, the anticipation is at an all-time high, and Matchroom promoter Eddie Hearn predicts a tough matchup ahead as Jake Paul gears up to face Anthony Joshua. While AJ's the clear favorite, Hearn isn't counting Paul out just yet. He predicted Paul's size, his energy, and the fact that nobody really knows what he'll do next. All that could shake things up more than people realize. So it's not just a big name showdown, it's experience going toe to toe with raw, stubborn willpower.
We're not saying, oh, it's Jake Paul, or this is going to be like, we're expecting a test, and we're expecting and preparing like we would if we were fighting a world-class heavyweight. I don't think you would expect anything less from AJ. He's not mucking around, he's not laughing and joking. You know, he's relaxed, but he knows he's fighting next week on a massive stage in a fight that's very important for his career and very important for boxing. The boxing world says, oh, he'll just go in there and smash him to pieces. Like, I don't expect Jake Paul just to go in there and fall over. Like, he's got some pride, he's built some ability. He's been sparring a Coley and Sanchez and Jared Anderson. He's getting hit by big heavyweights.
But one thing that Jake Paul desperately needs to win against AJ is luck. Eddie said Jake Paul brings confidence and size to the table, so he'll definitely make things interesting. Still, if he wants to win, he's going to need some better luck. Even with all the training in the world, it's tough to land the perfect shot and stay out of Joshua's power. Sure, Jake might show plenty of skill and grit, but sometimes it just comes down to how the night goes. That little bit of unpredictability, it's what makes this fight so exciting for fans.
I don't think it's just going to be like he gets hit by a jab and turns his back and runs away. I think he's a tough young man. But he will find out all about levels and power and the danger of taking a fight like this. And he's going to get viciously knocked out. The only thing is, like, how badly he gets knocked out really depends. It probably comes down to a little bit of luck. Like, he needs to get lucky and nothing to land too clean.
Following that, former UFC fighter Conor McGregor recently gave his blunt take on Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua weirdest fight. He said Jake deserves respect. Stepping in with someone like AJ isn't easy. Conor thinks the fight probably shouldn't even happen because it's risky, but he's clear about one thing. If Jake takes on that challenge, he's got to get credit for the guts it takes to face someone like Joshua. McGregor isn't the only one sharing strong thoughts on this matchup.
He's gonna get knocked out by AJ though, isn't he?
If he makes that walk, gotta give him his respect. It's very dangerous, you know. It seems like Netflix are all over him. It's a dangerous sport, and you can't overlook that. Joshua's a big boy and a powerhouse. I've sat ringside and watched Joshua. That's a heavy punching man, and he's a happy and he's a good person. He has an anger in him. He has a darkness in him, does Anthony Joshua. I don't think a lot of people suss that.
Combat sports analyst Chael Sonnen also weighed in with his take. Chael brought up some claims that Jake Paul's walking around with a black eye from sparring. Chael isn't serious about that. In fact, he said if Jake's really hurt, tough luck, there's nobody he can call to back out of fighting Anthony Joshua. The pressure's all on Jake.
Is that Jake Paul has nobody to pull out from. Like, the idea that Paul and Joshua isn't going to happen and that's on Jake's side of it. There's nowhere for Jake to pull out from. Jake's putting the fight on. He would have nobody to call and say, I have a black eye, I can't continue.
Furthermore, Chael praised fighters who step into the ring despite the odds. Like Joshua Van. Van took on a huge challenge, didn't back down, and proved himself just by showing up. Chael sees the same kind of guts in Jake Paul right now. Everyone expects Jake to lose, but he's still stepping up, and that takes real courage.
Now you've got Jake Paul in the same situation where there's a big spread and he's not supposed to win and he's supposed to get beat up. Well, so was Joshua Van. Should have Joshua not gone out there and tried? Should he not gone out there on a prayer? On a whim, on luck, use this, and I'm going to use it for experience, and I'll catch you up down the road. Something good tonight is going to happen to me. Or maybe I'm just not a dick. I'm not a straight up dick. I fight anybody, and now I got a guy that stepped forward. So you can call him Anthony Joshua, or you could call him anybody. I said anybody. I'm actually the one guy that meant it.
And now adding on some anticipation to the hype, American professional boxer Deontay Wilder reacted to Carl Froch's claim that Anthony Joshua's career is over and that he's just cashing in by fighting Jake Paul. Wilder said he loves Carl, but he completely disagrees. Froch is just talking out of emotion and doesn't really get what's going on with these exhibition and crossover fights. He said this matchup doesn't diminish Joshua's status. It's just a different type of fight.
I love Carl, but I don't believe that. You know what I mean? I think I think Carl is just talking out of speaking from emotions, and speaking from emotion and unknowledgeable about what's going on with the at least that's my opinion. You know what I mean? Unknowledgeable about, you know, as far as these exhibition fights and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because if I look at it as a money grab. Easy money grab for him, you know what I mean? I don't look at it like this is the end of his career, he's taking his fight off of that. You know what I mean? I look at it like, you know, this is entertainment.
Darren Till, however, was also honest in his prediction. When asked what he thought about Jake Paul possibly taking on Anthony Joshua, Till just shook his head. After nearly 20 years in the fight game, he couldn't believe what he was hearing. To him, the whole thing sounded unreal.
I think I'm accepting it. It's fun. You know, I sparred for the most part of my career Tom Aspinall, and I don't think he punches nowhere near as hard as Anthony Joshua. And every day I used to have to go in and spar him, I'd be like, here we go again. Like, I just don't want to do this, but...
He didn't hold back, straight up wondering if Jake's lost his mind or if there's some secret exhibition match in the works that nobody knows about yet. He does give Jake some respect for having the guts to even talk about fighting Joshua, but still, he's convinced there's gotta be more to the story. From Till's perspective, Joshua isn't just another big guy, he's one of the most powerful, dangerous heavyweights out there. Getting in the ring with him, that's a whole other level.
I just don't want to do this, but I just can't wait. Let's see what happens.
Meanwhile, former kickboxing star Andrew Tate just flipped his narrative on Jake Paul, and he did it publicly. For years, Tate trashed Jake for picking what he called safe fights. Smaller guys, older fighters, guys who hadn't been in the ring for ages. But now, he's actually showing Jake some real respect. Tate admits that facing a real heavyweight like Anthony Joshua is a whole different beast, and he says Jake deserves props for stepping up. No more digs, Tate called the move bold, fearless, and proof that Jake's confidence is the real deal, not just talk.
I was gonna say that, look, I'm first time back in a few years, influencer boxing, and I'm not fighting someone older than me, I'm not fighting someone smaller than me, I'm not fighting someone retired, I'm fighting an active champion. That's what a real man does, and that was gonna be a dig at Jake Paul for fighting older people or smaller people. But now he's fighting AJ. Fair. So complete respect, huge respect to Jake Paul. I have nothing bad to say about Jake. Everything I was gonna say, I can no longer say. So fair play to him. He's a brave man, he believes in himself. And I wish him and AJ a fantastic fight, and I hope they both come out without injury and without any problems and without any health issues.
Now let's see how fighters are preparing for the test. Anthony Joshua's training camp has been nothing short of relentless and intense, and every session screams dominance. It's fast, aggressive pad work, brutal sparring, the works. AJ's pushing himself, sharpening every skill, making sure his speed, power, and accuracy are all locked in. He's not leaving space for mistakes. Each punch, every quick move, every bit of defense, it's all about reminding everyone, especially Jake Paul, who's the real force here.
Beautiful. Pop that long one too. Finish up. One more. One more. Beautiful. Good. That's what we've got to bring him on to. Because nobody can take them. Who can take them? Nobody. Yeah. Downstairs. Beautiful. Good. Set him up again with that feint. Breathing. Breathing. Fainting. That's it. Nice and calm. Beautiful. We go with that 1-2 again. There you go.
Joshua isn't shy about using his size. At 6'6" and 250 pounds, he doesn't let you forget it. Every day in the gym is a statement. Jake's smaller, lighter, and honestly, way out of his league. AJ's not just training to win. He wants to send a message. His experience and raw power make him a nightmare in the ring. His workouts, he's not leaving anything up to chance. Every rep, every swing, every second in the gym is a warning. Jake Paul is about to face a heavyweight who plans to erase whatever hope his opponent thinks he has.
Show my cards. So I've laid them all out on the table. So you've got a chance to beat me and have the keys to the city. You have a chance to earn your biggest prize money. You've got a chance to fight in front of the best and the biggest crowd that boxing has to offer at Wembley Stadium.
This isn't just another camp, it's a warning sign. Joshua's all about precision and power, honing in on every detail, making sure Jake knows exactly what he's up against. By fight night, AJ wants to make it clear he's the giant, and Jake Paul is just the guy who tried to take on too much. Now, his opponent Jake Paul has chosen his challenge. He is deep in the grind right now, pushing through one of the most intense training camps of his entire career. The gym's loud, every punch he throws on the heavy bag shakes the place. He pushes through endless conditioning, takes hard rounds of sparring, and as he's gearing up for Anthony Joshua's power and non-stop pressure, Jake's up before sunrise, still sweating when most people have gone home, and he's got this edge that says he knows exactly what's at stake. Those clips of him firing off combos, his feet moving sharper, slipping punches at full speed, he's not wasting a second. He's locked in, running on all the pressure and all the doubters, dead set on proving everyone wrong about what he can do in the ring with AJ. Right now, Jake's all hungry, driven, and training like he's fighting for more than just a win. For Jake Paul, this is the moment everything he's built comes down to his chance to silence every critic, shake the entire boxing world, and break through a ceiling people swore he'd never reach. If he beats Anthony Joshua, it's not just a win. It's the kind of wild upset that turns the sport on its head and stamps his name right in the middle of the heavyweight conversation. The world's watching, and he feels it. This is the moment that could rewrite his story for good, and he's going after it like he's got nothing to lose. Looking deeper into Jake Paul's camp, his mitt and pad sessions have become downright chaotic in the best possible way. They're fast, explosive, and totally unpredictable. It's organized chaos, really. His coach is always changing things up, switching angles, messing with the tempo, tossing out combos Jake doesn't see coming. Jake has to react right away, or he's toast. The gym fills with the smack of heavy punches and sudden pivots, the snap of defense as Jake slips, counters, and fires back like his life depends on it. These sessions push him way past his comfort zone. They rebuild his instincts, sharp reflexes under pressure, quick reactions when things get messy, and real confidence when everything goes off script.
Don't charge at me, Tyson.
This isn't a regular workout, it's a war zone. Jake's not just hitting pads, he's gearing up for the chaos of a real fight, where one slip could cost him everything. He believes this raw, high-pressure style is what'll help him bridge the gap between where he is now and where he wants to be. When fight night comes, he wants to walk in ready for whatever's waiting. In short, the boxing world is absolutely buzzing as the countdown tightens and fight night approaches. Every day, the hype just gets louder. Fresh predictions, wild interviews, training videos that set social media on fire. Fans have picked their sides. Some are all in on Jake Paul. Betting on his crazy rise and unshakable swagger, while others are sticking with Anthony Joshua, the proven heavyweight king with a record to back it up. This fight? It's the most talked about showdown of the year, no question. The tension is real. Doesn't matter if you're cheering for Jake or rooting for AJ, everybody wants a war when that bell goes off. But hey, enough from me. Who do you have in this one? Is Jake about to shock the world? Or will Joshua remind everyone why he's the champ on December 19? Throw your pick in the comments. That's what makes this community so much fun. And if you like this breakdown, hit like and subscribe. That's how we keep bringing you the big boxing stories straight to your feed. Stick around, there's plenty more action coming your way.